Yes, my people, on a good evening. So today we are starting with a quote. Okay, we are starting with a quote. And this quote goes like this. He said, today, as help are becoming wife material because modern women cannot cook. Okay, I'm paraphrasing it. Okay, he said, as help are becoming wife material. Sorry, as help are becoming wife materials because modern girls cannot cook. My name is Victor Vince. I'm a life coach, a business coach, a financial literacy teacher, and I'm also an executive life coach. So today, my story today is going to tally, My story today is going to be around this quote. I just quote. So let me tell you a story. I have this video somewhere. I think I share it on my Facebook and different group I am into. So there's this girl. She live in America. So she just graduated and she said, look, I'm moving back to Nigeria. Okay, I can't live in America. The life is too difficult. You don't have time for yourself. Even though you have a baby, you only have 2 weeks, then you have to start work again. The life is too hard. She's looking for a soft life and she wants to go back to Nigeria. I've shared that video before. I think it's somewhere on my Facebook. So today I saw a post in a group I am into with this NYSC young lady. Okay, she was complaining. Things are too cost. Life is too difficult. Since I left my parents' house, I can't save. I can't empty and collect all my money. Uber is expensive. I saw this guy complaining. I said, initially, I didn't watch the video. I said, which kind of guy be this one? She was carrying a hair close to over $1 million. You understand? So when I watched the video, and I realized that according to her story, it's like she just left the parents' house. Now, she's hit with life difficulties. She's faced with life difficulties. You understand? So I'm using this opportunity to tell everybody watching this video, life is not a bed of roses. Life is not a bed of roses. Life is difficult. You understand? So this shock awakening this young woman is facing, who is to blame? Who is to blame? Let me tell you a story. Okay? I'm a big fan of Robert Kiyosaki. Like I said in the group, if I've never read Robert Kiyosaki book, maybe minimum of 12 books. I've read minimum of 12 books written by Robert Kiyosaki. And this is one thing he told us. Robert Kiyosaki is very close to Donald Trump. Okay? Robert Kiyosaki is a good friend of Donald Trump. Robert Kiyosaki is into real estate in the US. He's into real estate. That's a bulk of his money is made from the real estate business. Donald Trump is into real estate too in New York. He has a lot of properties in New York. So Robert Kiyosaki, through business relationship, is very close to Donald Trump. And this is what Robert Kiyosaki told us about Donald Trump. He said most times, if he go and visit Donald Trump in a building site, Donald Trump is always introducing him to his children. Okay? Donald Trump usually takes his children to the building site to work. Donald Trump usually takes the children to the building site to work. Why do you think Donald Trump do that? Donald Trump is doing that so that when the children get out there, things will be more easier for them because they have seen difficulties. You understand? So most of all these parents, they pet their children. They give their children everything they want. So once they are hurt in the real life and they are being hit with real life difficulties, they start crying. But when most of all these girls and all these children were growing, the mother thought they are doing those children a favor for making sure that those children don't suffer. They'll say, I don't want my pikin to suffer like me. If my pikin asks for the latest iPhone or the latest toy or the latest, you understand. But technically, you are destroying those children. Technically, because you, the mother or the father, especially the mother, you are not going to live forever. You understand? It's only a matter of time. Your body gets weak and you are not able to provide everything for your children. Now your children have to go out there to go and hustle. And once they are hit with real life difficulties, they can become anything. So this guy, I'm telling you now, this guy doesn't know he doesn't know what life is all about. He doesn't know how difficult life is. Probably she's going to end up as a runs girl or a hookup girl, probably ending up getting disease or HIV because this guy is not ready to work. She's not ready to get her hand dirty. Okay? Jim Rom said one thing. He said, it's the market that determines your value. It's not your mother, it's not your father, it's not your family, it's not your friend. It is the market that determines your value. It is the market that will say how much we are going to pay you based on your skill set, based on your experience, based on who you are. It is based on your pedigree. Okay, based on your antecedent. It is the market that determines your value. You are not the one to say, this is how much I want. You are not the one to say, this is everything. No. Your family will pay you, but your real value is the market. The market will say, based on your skills, based on your experience, based on what you know, we are going to pay you 1,500,000. If you are receiving 30,000, that's your value in the market. It's not your family that will value you. It is the market that will place value on you based on what you bring to the market. That's just the fact. Okay? So let me talk about me personally. I grew up working. My mother used to sell food in Lagos Street. I grew up, it was like a division of labor. All of us have what we do. So I used wheelbarrow to go and buy wood. Like all those, I was not a wheelbarrow pusher, but similarly, I'm the one that used to buy the wood. So right from childhood, I've been accustomed, I've been used to hard working. So people will see that and say, this is child labor. But today, I thank God for it. I thank God for it. Now I can be able to face life difficulties because I've experienced difficulties before. Okay? I left home when I was 17. Now I'm over 40. Think of it. Everything I have today nothing has been given to me for free. Okay? If I bring different certificates I have, it's like this. Different certificate. Okay? For forklift driving, counterbalance driving, computer driving, degree. All my certificates, I put them in one bag. If you see, it's like this. Okay? I never waste time. I always put my time to be productive for myself. So see all these young girls complaining about life. They think that life is a bed of roses, and the parents that have been providing for them that make them not to face life difficulties, they are weak. They can't continue, they can't take care of their children for forever. Now it's time for their children to face life, and now they are complaining. They are complaining like little babies. So my question is that who are we going to blame? Who are we going to blame for this scenario of these girls now? Whether you want to call them Gen Z or whatever you want to call them, coming crying that everything is difficult, life is difficult. Who are you going to blame? Are you going to blame the parents? Or the government? You cannot blame the government because the government, it doesn't matter. In Europe, in America, the government has no right to interfere in the way you choose to raise your children. So it's definitely not the government's fault. So the blame here goes directly to the parents. I'm not here promoting child labor, but they have to be balanced. Okay, there are some chops here. There are some chops here. When I go, for example, before I start using electric car, when I buy diesel in my car, I drive to that shop or garage. Sometimes I see little girls like 14, 15 working in that shop. Okay, being a sales girls. Those little girls, they are the children of the owner of that garage. You see the CEO mentality, they start introducing their children to their businesses at a very young age. I remember buying a car, one of my Toyota Aventis. It was the daughter of the owner of the car garage that sold the car for me, the daughter. You understand? So the point of this video is that learn to start introducing your children at a very young age to different businesses, to hard work. Okay, the Jewish people, the Israeli has a program for this. They have a what you call a country program for this. The Jewish children at the age of 6, 7, they have what they are doing. At the age of 12, they have what they are doing. At the age of 18, they are in the military. So the state have already programmed the way a normal Jewish child to be raised in Israel. So if you're in a country like Nigeria, where it's not the government don't want to be interested in you raising your children, you as a parent, you have to start creating programs, designing a program for your children that will enable he or she to learn hard work, to learn a bit of difficulties. Because after these children have graduated and they face the world, they are being hit by difficulties, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. They won't survive. You understand what I mean? They will not survive. Okay? So that is what I wanted to get off my chest this evening. Please, 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 if you are a parent or you are an uncle or you are an auntie and you see the way these children have been raised, talk to their parents. Or if you have a child, try to involve them in one or two things. Make them to be stronger, because life is difficult and it's going to get tougher and it's going to get more difficult. That's just the fact. So if you bring someone that is not prepared to go into life, to hustle, to work hard, she will just collapse. She will just collapse. Before you know, she may even commit suicide. It's just like it's just like I was talking about the daughter of Uyi Technica the other day. The daughter that committed suicide. Maybe what she committed suicide for was nothing. It doesn't really mean anything. For many people are used to it. Debt. Nobody does it. I have debt. Everybody have debt. I was reading an article this morning. Most African countries, they can't service their debt. So countries are in debt. America is the biggest debtor. Everybody owns debt. So owning a debt is not an excuse to kill yourself. I'm talking about the Uri technical daughter now. Okay? But because of the way they are brought up, because they didn't want them to suffer, because it's so any small thing that will give them stress, they will go and hang themselves. They will just kill themselves. They will say, this life is too difficult. Because their parents refuse to teach them how difficult life is at the beginning. So please, 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 make sure you share this video with parents. Make sure you share this video with anybody that you know is raising children. Okay? From time to time, try and introduce your children to hard work. I'm not saying child labor, but maybe weekends. Take them to farm. Take them to do something. So that when they are hit with real life difficulties, they will be able to maintain it and they will be able to conquer it, you know? So that is it, folks. Like I said, my name is Victor Vince. I'm a life coach, a business coach, a financial literacy teacher, and I'm also an executive life coach. Thanks for watching, and do have a productive evening.